there's a box that they put on the outside of the thing. Sometimes it has like a flashing light, so when things go off, it'll like flash and people can see it and call the police. He bumped that while painting, and that apparently also sets it off.
Oh, weird.
Because who's climbing on your house at any point in the day?
Yeah, I guess if somebody's climbing on your house at any point in the day, they're probably up to no good. Odds are pretty good of that. So, all right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Is this like your landlord's doing?
No? Well, I mean, sure, yeah. So I live with my mate, but he still lives with his mother, and she owns the place.
Okay. So she is kind of the landlord, but not really because she also lives there.
Yeah.
Got it. Anyway, in other news, BlizzCon! BlizzCon! You were like, come watch this Haz game, this series. And I was like, I'm doing other stuff. And then Haz got 2-0'd. So that was great.
Yeah, I know. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, it's Stats versus Haz. And then it was over. It took me longer to write that than the game's lasted.
I couldn't believe it. That makes a lot of sense. Stats versus Haz is going to be a very, very short little bit of a series there. Honestly, a lot of short games. A lot of cheesy stuff, man. Like, Maynard had that tweet that I saw that you retweeted about, it was Dark and Stats. Was it Dark and Stats?
No, I can't remember now.
I can't remember, but it was a Maynard tweet, and it was very good. And he's like, what's going to last longer? The Dark versus Stats... Actually, oh yeah, they're in the same group, so that could have worked out.
Well, Dark versus has be shorter than our rock music loop for BlizzCon.
That's what it was. It was very good. Very well done by Maynard.
198 votes.
And?
77% said yes.
Which, did anybody time it? Is anybody right?
Well, I don't know how long the music loop is. It's not
yeah.
long.
No, it's not. I'll have to figure that out sometime.
And Stats versus Dark, the VOD shows it as being 38 minutes.
So probably longer than the loop.
Probably longer than the loop.
All right. Fair enough. Okay, so we have our people that got through the group stages. I'm trying to remember what our predictions were before we go over this. Did we write this down at all?
We did not.
Do you remember? I feel like...
No, I do not.
Looking at it, though, there's nothing incredibly... Oh, you know what? There is a bit of a surprise. We'll get there. All right, so Group A was Maro, TY, Neeb, and Lambo. And I'm like 99% sure we looked at that and said, sorry, Neeb and Lambo, we love you a lot. You're great, but no.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what hhappened. Maro went 4-0, kicked everyone's butt. TY went 5-3, and that was it.
Yep.
Neeb and TY had an incredible game that I did manage to catch on Saturday, though. It was TY started out with a proxy factory cyclone pressure with a bunker there.
Okay.
That Neeb fairly well adequately defended using shield batteries of his own and some immortals and stalkers and things. But you might have seen this highlight. It was clipped quite frequently and put across the internet, but the expansion nexus for Neeb was at like 10 HP when Neeb finally managed to push everybody back, and this SCV just like dashes to the front for TY and finishes off the nexus while everyone was distracted. It was amazing.
I need that clip.
It was great. It's in one of the 18 Discord servers that I'm in now because I collect them like I collect cats, apparently. I don't collect
You don't
cats.
have any cats.
I don't collect them like I collect. I don't collect anything, man, at all. I'm not a collector. Like I collect StarCraft replays. That'll work, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You get rid of those eventually. You're just like, all right, done with this. Delete.
Yeah. I have a collection. It's just all digital and on the internet. So, Anyway, I'm going to send you the clip.
Just start leaving some of the Discord servers.
I have, actually. I got out of one. One for Heartless, actually.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. He's a guy that I did a little bit of casting with back a couple years ago, kind of when I was getting started. Really nice guy. I like him a lot. And then he had a kid and disappeared forever. And then about 6 months ago, he's like, I'm coming back. And he did 2 casts and then he disappeared again. So at that point, I said, your Discord server doesn't have any new posts since May of this year, so I'm out.
All right. That SCV does like 4 hits on it, but there's a cyclone that's also attacking it.
Well, no, the SCV finished it off.
But the cyclone would have killed it if he hadn't ran away.
Hang on. I'm looking here.
It's like the 15-second mark.
No.
Yeah.
It's close, man. I think the SCV got the last hit. Because that
it
cyclone
did.
bailed.
It
was
did
gonna
get
die.
the last hit, but
Yeah.
the cyclone would have gotten the last hit if it hadn't bailed.
But the cyclone would have died. I don't think TY wanted to lose a cyclone there.
Yeah, I'm not agreeing that he made the wrong call. I'm
Okay.
just saying, if the SCV had just wandered in after the fight and killed it, that would have been way more funny.
All right, fair enough. I mean,
Way
that
funnier.
one cyclone is... It's so close. You're right. The one Cyclone did contribute a lot of damage to that Nexus to finish it off. Fair enough. It's still a very brave SCV, and I was very proud of him.
I mean, the clip's too short, but it looks like he's going to lose the Cyclone anyway.
Yes. I don't remember actually what happened to that. Anyway, this game went on a lot longer than that. Like, it started out with a crazy cheese play, and Neeb got hit, and then it just went bonkers after that. And in the end, I mean, TI won because he won most of these games. If we look at his games versus Neeb, it was a 2-1 and then a 2-0. So yeah, Neeb got one. This was not one of the ones that he won. Anyway, What I love about BlizzCon is that even the group stages are just full of incredible players, and it's really sad that somebody has to stay home and can't continue on, but it's just better StarCraft for everybody, so I'm okay with it. Any other thoughts about Group A?
No.
Cool. Group B, Serral, SOS, also known as Sue in some circles, Zest, and Hero Marine.
Yeah. What do you think?
I believe... I seem to remember you saying you thought that Zest would go through. Does that sound right at all?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're both in agreement that Hero Marine was not going to happen. He ended up not winning a single game in the entire group. Poor guy. I mean, honestly, that is a group of death for that guy, though.
Yeah.
I mean, congratulations on your WCS points, man. Welcome to BlizzCon. We're going to put you in a group with 3 absolute terrors. So have fun with that. I mean, Serral didn't drop a map. He was stupid good as well. And SOS was pretty good at 4 and 3. Just good enough to get into that top 2 spot and move on.
Yeah.
I don't think I caught any of these. I think I just looked at it and said, yeah, Serral's moving on, and he did. Further thoughts? No? Great. Group C.
Not really.
Stats, Dark, Showtime, and Has. Now, I do want to say, Showtime 2-0'd Dark in their first series as part of the Group C matches. It was the first time that Dark had lost to a foreign Protoss player in like 6 years, the guys were saying.
Really?
Yeah, so that was awesome. Showtime was amazing. His blanket storms were on point. He was microing exceptionally well. I mean, Dark was going for traditional Lingbane Hydra stuff into Broodlord, and Showtime just had answers for everything. It was ridiculously good. And I started wondering if maybe the fact that Showtime has played against Serral about 1,800 times this season in the WCS circuit, maybe that's kind of upped his game, where his PBZ is better than it was last year, just because he's had to go up against Serral 100 times.
Here's what I think it is. I think Dark looks at stats and Haas and says, if I lose to Showtime, I verse Has, and then Showtime again.
You think he threw it? Oh my gosh, what an accusation.
I'm not saying he threw the game. I'm just saying he's not strictly unhappy that he lost the first one.
It worked out is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then he 2-0'd Has. He's like, meh, get out.
And then he 2-0'd Showtime later.
Yeah, he sure did.
Showtime loses to stats because it's stats.
Yeah, Dark ended up going 4-2, losing those first 2, and then just going 4-0 to wrap it up.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, I watched that first series, the 2-0 Showtime and Dark, and I was like, whoa, Showtime, he's moving on. And then, no, that didn't happen. So I think, once again, no big surprises there. I'm pretty sure we both had Stats and Dark coming out of that group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we like Has, and we like Showtime a lot, but again, it's too much to overcome.
All right, Group D.
Group D is where it gets interesting. Group D, man. It's going to be Rogue, Special, Classic, and Inertio. So 2 foreigners and 2 Koreans. And you'd think to yourself, well, it's just going to be the 2 Koreans who move on. No, absolutely not. Special in what may be the best 2-0 series of the group stages took down Classic. In 2 ridiculously good games. I mean, Special, his micro... Okay, spoiler alert here. I don't know, I might cast this game just because I liked it so much. But there's this point where Classic, instead of just having his High Templar kind of wandering around with his army, he's got them in warp prisms, and he's dropping them in weird spots and then storming Specials largely by army, right? And just doing crazy amounts of damage because they're coming in from the back and from the side, and Special doesn't know what's going on. And then about halfway through the game, Special manages to catch the warp prism and pick it out of the sky with a group of Marines, and that's it. Those are all of the High Templar that Classic has. It was just such a risky play out of Classic. He's doing so well with it. It's high risk, high reward, but then the downside of it comes in when he loses every High Templar that he's got. Just because Marine anti-air is stupid good, and then Special is able to go on and win that game. So great stuff, man. Special... he's just playing on another level right now.
Yeah, Special did pretty well. Got to top 4 last year for BlizzCon.
He definitely made it to the top 8.
99% sure he got top 4.
BlizzCon 2017 StarCraft 2. And it says that Special made it, to the semifinals and got 3-0'd by Sue.
Yeah, so still playing very well.
Yeah, he was in Group A last year, and he beat out Stats for that final spot. It was him and TY that went on through, and Stats and Snoot got knocked out. So Similar situation. We'll see how he does. I really like what he's doing here. There was another good moment in that game, too, where Classic was pushing in on Special's third base, and Special's bio army was largely gone. I think Classic felt like he had it. And then somehow Special had about 12 tanks sitting there. And the announcers were like, wait, what? Who makes this many tanks in a TVP? But it totally saved his third, because Classic didn't have the ability to break that tank line. And then Special was able to claw his way back. I mean, it was close. It was a 2-0, but it was as close to 2-0 as you're going to see.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I forgot Nurchio was even there.
Yeah. No one's talking about Nurchio. He didn't win a game.
Yeah, poor Nurchio.
Poor Nurchio. I mean, he was really considered one of the elite European Zergs, and then Cyril kind of overtook that, and now no one else is really an elite European Zerg except for Cyril.
Right.
Yeah.
And Cyril's older brother.
Apparently.
Okay, have you seen Cyril's signature video?
Not all of
series
it, no. Nope.
Okay. His name is Protosser.
I've never heard of this guy at all.
I will send you his profile on Wikipedia. I'll send you a link.
Man, he's got big ears. He looks like he's about 15, too.
Uh-huh.
Not that Cyril looks like he's very old, but...
I mean, he's 24.
Yeah. Protosser.
And he's
Oh, yeah, that makes tons of sense. Great.
yeah, no confusions.
Nope. That's why you don't name yourself after a unit in StarCraft or a race in StarCraft. You might race switch, guys. It'd be like if Hydra started playing Terran. It'd be like, wait, what?
Also, his total earnings is $1,337.
That's got to be on purpose. His last tournament looks like it was in December of 2015. He won $160 to bring himself to $1,337.07. Wow. Yeah, I think there'd be interest if they just like flew him into the WCS events and he did like a best of 3 against Cyril.
Maybe.
I'd watch it.
I don't think anyone wouldn't watch it. They'd watch it because it's on, not because they think it's going to be an especially good match.
Yeah.
It's like, would you really be interested in watching a game where you know one player is going to win?
Well, no, but I'm interested in watching a game where someone I've never heard of is giving probably the best player on earth a run for their money. That's interesting to me.
No, a run for the money suggests he could win.
Could? Is there not a could in there somewhere?
I said could.
Okay.
Could win.
Fair enough.
But he can't.
Oh.
He couldn't beat me more than I could beat Cyril. I mean, he couldn't beat Cyril more than I could beat Cyril.
Wow. All right.
They did mention that as they were growing up, his older brother never let him win. And so that's kind of continued through their competitiveness playing with each other, that they're just not going to take it easy on each other.
Yeah, of course. That's how sibling relationships are supposed to be.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Anyway, moving on. Good job, Protosser. You seriously look like you're 12. I hope this was taken when you were 12.
It might have been.
Might have been.
I doubt it.
All right, cool beans. So interesting to look at who didn't make it back to BlizzCon from 2017, because I have this up because we were looking at special.
Uh-huh.
But Sue didn't make it. Hero didn't make it. Laser, Kellizer, Innovation, Gumio, True from Psystorm didn't make it either. There are not about half the players didn't make it back. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to repeat. So the players that are doing it, good on them. So, all right. So here's something else about BlizzCon. So they did a random drawing for the bracket seedings because what? Did they explain why?
What do you mean? Okay, I've seen the bracket seedings.
Yeah, they did this whole thing on stream where they're like, everyone watch, we're gonna draw names out of a jar. Whichever names we draw are gonna be these seeds. The first seed is gonna be drawn first, the second seed is gonna be drawn second, etc., and so forth. And then they drew Morrow first and Cyril second.
Yeah, because Maru's number 1 seed in Korea, Cyril's number 1 seed in the rest of the world, so that
I know.
they have to be seeded first and second. That's what they did.
But why? No. They drew their names out of a jar, intending it to be like, this is a random drawing for the bracket. The seedings are going to be random, not based on performance.
Okay, maybe it's because they both went 4-0 for their group stages. So it's like who's at the top of the bracket, who's at the bottom of the bracket, we'll draw it randomly.
Okay. I mean, so it was just those two players' names in the thing is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Did you watch it?
All I saw was a Twitch clip where they drew Maru's name and then when they drew Cyril's name.
And it was 2 balls in a bowl.
Was it only 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the second bowl also only had 2, which was Special and then Rogue, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And then they just kind of revealed who the players were for the other ones. They didn't draw anything. They were just
Okay.
like, so I guess Mario gets the best SOS.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good. I feel better about that. I mean, I'm not complaining about the results. I love the fact that Maru and Serral, if they meet, it's going to be in the finals. I'm down with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really see them losing, but that's why we play the games, is because we don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. Maru versus SOS first. So I do like that they managed to avoid mirror matchups for the most part. I mean, we've got 3 Zergs, so you can only do so much.
Well, you could have not had any ZVZ. Like, they
Yeah, that's
avoid
true.
mirror matchup, but they had the worst matchup.
Yeah, the one mirror they did is the one that everyone hates.
Yeah.
That said, it's Dark and Serral, man. If you're going to watch a ZVZ, I think if you had to choose 2 players to watch in a ZVZ, they might be the ones.
Well, here's the problem. It's going to be Dark v Serral, and then it's going to be Rogue v Serral.
You think so?
Yeah. I think Rogue crushes TY.
Whoa, crushes TY. Shots fired.
Sorry, Maynard.
I'm looking. So again, TY, how'd he do against Zerg? He 2-1 Lambo. I guess he did drop a game to Lambo. How's Rogue doing recently against
I'm just going to compare TY and
Terrans.
Rogue in...
Aligulac?
Yeah. There's a Canadian Rogue. Interesting.
StarCraft 2 player?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so probability of winning a best of 3 actually gives it to TY.
Aha! See?
57.63% to 42%. That is close.
I know! I'm so excited for that series. I don't think
Should
it's
be
going to
good.
be a walkover at all.
I don't think it's going to be a walkover.
Well, you just said crush. You used the word crush.
Yeah, it could be like 3-1.
But I think a 3-1's a walkover. No?
No, I think a walkover is just like
A
3-0.
sweep. Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
All right. Well, I expect a good series, nevertheless. Special versus stats is going to be a lot of fun. Man, Classic was playing really well, too. He's been on a tear this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look at it and say it's stats, and sure, it's definitely stats, but if Special is able to 2-0 Classic in a do-or-die situation, I really think he's going to give stats all he can handle.
Maybe.
We'll see.
I mean, Stats did beat Maru earlier this year, so he's got to be doing pretty well.
Yeah, obviously, his PPT is on point.
Okay, I just looked at Dark v Serral.
Uh-huh.
And Serral is slated to win a best of 3 by 75%.
Wow, okay.
That is a huge discrepancy.
That is huge. When is the last time a foreigner showed up in BlizzCon and was so heavily favored to this
I
point
don't
in the
know.
global finals? I can't ever think of it happening.
Mm.
I think Neeb a couple years ago was favored in some of his group stage matches.
Mm-hmm.
But Serral is just the crazy heavy favorite through his group and through the first round. That's insane.
Yeah.
What does he eat for breakfast?
Who knows?
Who knows? 4 dozen eggs, probably,
4 dozen eggs?
to help him get large. You familiar with the song?
No.
It's the Gaston song from Beauty and the Beast.
Mm,
When I was a lad, I ate 3 dozen eggs every morning to help me get large. And now that I'm grown, I eat 5 dozen eggs, and I'm roughly the size of a barge. That's the line.
okay.
It's very good.
Good to know.
That's going to be the teaser for the podcast. I know it. It's going to be good. And once again, I realize you need to get this out before the global finals are done.
Yeah, this one will be.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. All right. So, I mean, the good news is somebody came into chat, right? Somebody came into chat, World of Warcraft Twitch chat a couple weeks ago. I think it was Bill. And he was like, what's wrong with Terran? Terran's underpowered. Blizzard hates them. And we were like, well,
Right.
the distribution of Terran in these group stages is pretty good. And we've got 3 Terrans in the quarterfinals, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So I think they're okay.
Yep. Alright, so I just compared Maru and SOS.
Okay.
Maru's probability of winning is 61%.
Close. Very close.
Very close. And then Special versus Stats. Stats is favored to win 73%.
Mm-hmm. It's about the same as Serral versus Dark.
Yeah, should be interesting.
I'm going to watch a bunch of it. That much I know.
Go.
Cool. Depressing cool.
Do we want to put bets on anything?
Ooh, do we? Yes. Heck yes, we do.
Alright.
All right. What do we disagree on? Because I think we both think that Serral's going to move on.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. So we both want Maru and Serral at the end, right? We want them to be the final boss.
Correct. That would be one of the best finals in BlizzCon of all time, I think.
Yeah. So who do you think wins that, though?
Oh, I mean, I think we just have to go with our races, don't we? I got to go Serral. You have to go Maru?
I think so.
Okay. Deal. What are we betting?
Ooh, I don't want your money.
Yeah, I don't want yours either. It's dirty.
What do you want from me? Because that might vary what I ask of you.
Good point. Good point. What do I want from you? I want to record you singing a Disney princess song all the way through.
Whew. Okay.
And we'll put it in the podcast. We'll put it like at the end.
Okay. Okay.
Disney princess song of my choosing.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Yep.
They're all bad, so it's okay.
Uh-huh.
I want you to watch a full episode of any anime I pick.
Anything?
Anything.
Is it garbage? Are you going to make me watch garbage?
I'm going to make you watch complete garbage.
But no. You have so much familiarity with garbage because you watch so much. You watch a lot of good stuff, but there's a lot of garbage in there too.
I already have the show and episode picked out.
Oh my gosh. What? Did it make you want to tear your face off?
No.
No,
I mean,
no, not just a little bit.
just a little. It's called Keijo.
Keijo?
Yeah.
How do you spell it?
Keijo.
Yep, of course. Should have known that. Yeah, it looks pretty fan servicey, straight up.
So what this is it's a water sport game where only women can compete,
Okay.
and they have to knock each other off like an island in the middle of the water by attacking with their butts and breasts.
Holy what? That is as like fan servicey anime as you can possibly get, I think. Wow. So if Mara wins, I gotta watch. Is one episode like 22 minutes or like 44 minutes?
22.
Okay. Deal. We have ourselves a deal.
All right, awesome. But obviously, since I have to apparently record what I'm singing, you have to record your thoughts on the episode.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I will, so, all right. So there's been some talk on Discord of having me watch a show and record my reactions to the show as I'm watching it on Twitch.
Okay.
I do have some concerns about copyright, obviously. And, but what I'm thinking I might be able to do is be like, here I am recording my reactions to watching this. If you load up the anime episode on your own computer and watch it at the same time, it's the same thing. I'm not streaming it, but you can get my reactions to it anyway, right?
Right.
Okay. So
I mean,
maybe we could do
reaction
something like
videos
that.
are a thing.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah. And they show the video while they're watching it.
The whole thing or like parts? Because that's what I'm worried about.
Some places will do the whole thing.
I'm trying to get in nice with Twitch. I don't want to make them
Well,
mad.
no. On YouTube they do this. I don't know if anyone who does reaction videos on Twitch.
Yeah. So you're saying
It could be easier to do it just on YouTube as a
Especially
regular video.
if I don't monetize, especially, I don't think they'll care.
I don't know, maybe.
It's less of a chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, deal. You got it.
All right. Okay. Just for the record, I don't watch this show.
Oh, you said you've seen it.
I've seen 2 episodes.
Oh, so okay. You don't watch it, but you have watched some.
Yeah. I have no intentions of finishing the show.
Got it.
The TLDR on how I found it is, it was mentioned on the Co-optional podcast like a year and a half ago, maybe.
Oh, of course. Mm-hmm.
And then I was talking with my housemate, and we were looking through what Funimation has, and he was like, yeah, but anime's got all that fan service and stuff in it. And I go, couldn't be that bad. And I went to genres, and on the top row of genres, there's a category called fan service, and it was in there.
That's fantastic. There's a whole category. Of course there is.
Yeah.
All right. Cool beans. I'm going to find the longest princess song ever. It's going to be like 6 minutes.
Okay, now, Maru and Cyril failing to get to the grand finals.
Good point. Good point. Could happen.
Touch wood.
Do you say touch wood?
Yeah.
Because we knock on wood here.
Either or. Both are fine.
I've just never heard touch wood before.
Well,
Sorry,
here's
continue.
the thing. I said touch wood and then went knock, knock, knock.
You sure did. But I mean, I
So-
get it's the same thing. I've just never heard it called touch wood before. That's all.
Okay.
right.
So I think if obviously whoever gets further is instantly the winner out of those two, right? So if
Yeah.
Mara gets the next round but Cyril doesn't, I win.
Yes. And vice versa. Mm-hmm.
Yes, of course. No. If Maru gets the next round, I win. If Cyril gets the next round but Maru doesn't, you lose. Right? That's
Yeah.
how that works.
This is how you always try to finagle things. I know how this works. I know your tricks.
In the event that they both get to the next round but not further, we go with whichever one won more games in that round, or total in both rounds. What do you think?
I think we both adopt as our new champions the player that beat them.
Oh, okay.
Right? So if Dark beats Cyril, Dark's my guy now. And if he makes it further than Maru, then I win, right?
Okay. We're basically picking a horse on each side of the bracket rather than
Yes.
a player.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Do you like your side of the bracket. Mine's pretty Zerg heavy, which seems appropriate.
It's true. Here's the thing I don't like. You have the former BlizzCon world champion
Yes, I do.
and a guy who won literally every tournament this year.
Uh-huh. I mean, it was not easy for Rogue.
No, that's true.
Rogue went 3-2 against TY last year. I guess they're in the same bracket this year too, so it doesn't really help you at all.
I don't know. No, I don't think whoever beats him just counts. Because then if Mario gets to the second bracket but Cyril doesn't, you still have a chance. I don't like that.
Oh, no. It's only in the case where they both make it to a certain stage and both get stopped. Yeah, that's just in the case of a tie. I mean, if one player gets further than the other, then they win. But in the case of a tie, then we adopt the champion.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
move on.
Yeah, okay. That's fine.
Okay. All right, cool.
Okay, so Dark beats Cyril. SOS also beats Mario, right? Let's say that happens.
Okay.
So I now have SOS and you have Dark, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
If SOS is then beaten by stats, do I then have stats?
Yep.
So we're just going with whoever's winning.
Yeah.
Okay, in the
In
event
case of a tie, which seems unlikely, but I don't know.
highly unlikely.
Okay, deal. All right, Spencer, if you're listening to this, write it down for us and make sure we're held to it. I think we'll remember, but who knows? I forget things.
I have no clue. What do
Yeah.
we vote on?
Uh-huh. Exactly what I'm talking about. Anything else BlizzCon-y? People have complained about the length of time between matches.
Oh my god, yes.
What I was wondering, I was kind of theorizing about why this would be the case, possibly, is I kind of feel like maybe they have like a broadcast amount of time they need to fill. They're planning on doing BlizzCon group stages from, 1,600 hours to 2,200 hours, and no matter what, and even if there are a bunch of cheesy short games in there, we gotta stretch the time to fill the entire broadcast time or we're in trouble, right?
Maybe. But I was looking on Reddit and someone had like a viewer statistics infograph, right?
Yeah.
And it actually showed that the group stages in total were actually down by about an hour in time from last year. But no one complained about the, well, I don't remember anyone complaining about all the commercial breaks and stuff last year.
So from like start to finish on Twitch, the time is pretty much the same from 2017 to 2018?
I'm saying that the show is shorter, but the breaks are longer.
In 2017.
In 2018.
In 2018. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's why there are complaints then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it seems cheesier. It seems like a lot of the games are ending quicker this time around. Players are more interested in opening cheese than they were in 2017.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. I'm okay with it. It's fun. It's really fun to watch somebody fight for their life in the first, 3 minutes of a game.
Yeah, it's good.
It is.
I'm happy with it. Something that also it's very interesting is no Korean casting for BlizzCon.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I saw a couple posts on the Reddit, and it's just like there's no Blizzard Korea didn't allocate any resources for anyone to cast the group stages.
Have they just given up on StarCraft 2 entirely at this point?
I don't know.
Because they sure have a lot of big Brood War events that they're running with.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, I guess I'm looking at the list of casters, and no one's Korean on that list.
So someone called Lucia TV has been apparently casting it, and Crank has been casting it. He's been just kind of putting the stream up, muting it, and casting over it.
That's kind of cool, actually. I love Crank.
Yeah, Crank is so good, so shout out to them. So the post that I'm reading is written in pretty poor English, but basically Lucia TV has decided that after this they're just not going to do anything with StarCraft ever again because of the way Blizzard Korea has treated them for doing this.
Wow. Yeah, that's horrible. Jeez. All right, fair enough. Man, I gotta keep an eye on that over the coming months and years. That's because of Blizzard Korea's irresponsible. And yeah, I mean, the other thing that we're looking at here, somebody tweeted this earlier today and I retweeted it, is it feels like the average viewership is higher in 2018 than it was in 2017.
The viewership is higher, yeah. I sent you a link to the infographic I found.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this one here. It's different than the one that I saw previously on Twitter, but it's basically the same concept. So that's good. I do like to see those numbers going up. I like to see interest in StarCraft, especially when it's been declared dead so many times.
Dead game, right?
Right. And it's just good to see evidence to the contrary showing up time and time again. So I like it.
Yep.
I love the StarCraft. I don't want it to die. I'd be very sad if it died.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. That said, Brood War hasn't died. I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
I mean, just based on how huge it still is in Korea, how many people are still thirsty for English-speaking Brood War casts, which is, a lot of what's kind of made my channel grow a whole bunch recently. So that's all. I just think StarCraft has an enduring quality.
Yeah. I was watching have you heard of the YouTube channel called the Esports Score?
No, I'm unaware. Esports Score. Is it called The Score Esports?
That might be it.
488,000 subscribers?
Yeah.
Cool. And all their videos start with the story of? Sure do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, sort of.
They've been doing The Score Esports.
They're the ones that did the how Idra rage quit to an army that didn't exist.
Yeah. Yeah, they do like semi-journalistic pieces on the history of esports.
That's cool.
Yeah. And they recently did one 2 days ago about the story of BlizzCon. And they described StarCraft 2 as the last wandering dragon of the RTS.
If you don't want to count Brood War, okay. Or if you want to kind of put them together.
In relation to the BlizzCon events.
Yeah.
Because they don't do they don't do Warcraft tournaments or anything more there.
Nope.
It's just StarCraft 2.
Very true.
RTS, yeah.
Although I love the rumors that there's a Warcraft 4 coming out someday. I latch onto them, however weird they may be.
People are hoping for that Diablo 4 announcement.
Yeah.
I thought you really liked Diablo.
No. Nope.
No? Okay.
No, it's just too much clicking. Click. Click, click, click. Wear out your mouse. Click, click, click. Yeah, like that. I'm not a fan. I don't know that Diablo 3 is beloved right now either. Like, who's calling for a sequel, really?
People who wanted Diablo 2 again. Right?
Okay.
People want that game again.
Oh.
I mean, look.
So bring it back to its roots.
I mean, Diablo 3 isn't... Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Excuse me. I'm going to pause the call.
Okay.
That was my housemate offering me McDonald's.
Over the phone? Not even a text?
No. He's like driving home, so he's like, oh, I'm getting Macca's. See if he wants anything.
Did you want anything?
Yeah, I'm getting nuggets.
Excellent. Do love the nuggets. What sauce do you get?
Barbecue, usually.
Yeah, barbecue. I'm with you on that one. We agree on something.
We agree on a lot of things. Don't act surprised.
We were talking about Diablo and how Diablo, if Diablo 4 is more like Diablo 2, people would be cool with it.
I mean, okay, so Diablo 3 is not unpopular. It's more popular now than when it came out because there was like issues with it having to be always online and
Real Money Auction House
that got removed within days. But now, like the Reaper of Souls expansion and like ranked competitive like season modes, people dig it. People jump back in every season and try and unlock new rewards and stuff.
That's true. I do know some people who jump into it every new season and play for a couple weeks and then leave it again.
Yeah.
So
I think there's still people definitely excited for more Diablo.
I still think Warcraft 4 would have more of a more hype behind it.
I would be more excited for more Diablo than Warcraft.
All right. Far enough.
But I actually I played 2 ladder games in StarCraft 2 today, actually.
Oh, wow. Is that the first time in a while?
Yeah. I was looking at my race reports. I've played 1 game as Terran and now 2 games as Zerg.
Are you race switching on us?
No. For some reason, I've had it just in my mind how easy it is to 12-pull people.
Right.
So today I played 2 ladder games, and I won 2 ladder games.
Did you 12 pool?
Yeah.
Nice. That's always a fun experiment, right? I do this too. I'm like, this strategy is so easy for someone else to beat me with. I hate it. I'm going to go do it right now. And sometimes it's like, yeah, it is really good. And sometimes I'm like, dang, this is a lot harder than I thought it was.
Yeah. I'm not very good at playing Zerg, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
But I learned 2 slowlings can beat a Marine if you just micro them properly.
Yep. Yeah. Slowlings are horrible unless they're going up against unupgraded Marines. Entirely unupgraded Marines. Then they're actually pretty good.
So, I mean, I managed to win. And that's all that matters.
Yep, totally. All that matters.
Not the highest skilled games, but boy, did I have fun.
Right. That's what it's all about. It's all about the fun.
Is there anything else, StarCraft or BlizzCon, we can talk about?
So I got contacted about casting the WESG World Qualifiers.
Ooh, yeah?
And it was actually, this is kind of a really weird situation. So this guy hits me up on Twitter and he's like, hey, I need to talk to you about casting StarCraft, like, as soon as possible. And I'm like, all right. This happens sometimes. People are like, hey, come cast, we'll pay. I'm like, down, I'm freelance.
That's how it works.
Yeah. So he's like, hey, do you want to cast the WESG World Qualifiers? I'm like, wait, what? Like, I was expecting, like, my company has a little in-house StarCraft league I'd like to cast some games for. No. Apparently he's been tasked with gathering casters for this whole thing. And the crazy thing is, WESG's like, hey, here company, you be in charge of all the casting for it. We don't want to touch it. Go. And so the guy's like, I don't know any StarCraft casters. I play Counter-Strike. I know a guy who does Hearthstone, and I know a guy who does Dota, but I don't know anybody who does StarCraft 2 at all. So he just goes onto Twitter, searches StarCraft 2 caster, and finds me.
Hey, fair enough.
I know. It's the weirdest thing. So then he basically is like, here's a tentative schedule. Go find a bunch of other people to cast with you. This is your show now. Bye. And I'm like, wait, what? Hold on.
What? You getting paid?
Hold your horses. Yeah, I am.
Are you getting paid enough to organize deals with like co-casters? Like,
See,
is it like he's like, this is your show now. If you want to subcontract, you have to give up your money?
No. Nope.
Okay.
No, it's just, it's my deal now in that I find the casters, I get everybody on the same page, I, make an easily accessible schedule, I make sure people are there to fill in the holes. Like, organizationally, it's my stuff. And that was not what I understood it to be after our first conversation. But it's fine. I mean, I basically contacted a couple people that I know. Some people talked to Sure Shaddai, talked to Jay Barino, talked to Laughing Games about this. Actually just posted like a general, there's a WCS community streamers Discord, one of the literally 10 that I am in. And I was just like, hey, I know you guys cast StarCraft sometimes. You want to come do this thing? And I got like 6 people from that. So
nice.
Should be good. The real hard part about this, though, is I'm like, so, okay, I have dates on this, but some of these overlap. And he's like, oh, yeah. These are just suggested dates. Like,
what?
If it says November 1st through the 3rd, but there's only one semifinal and a final being played, that's really just one of those days. We don't know which one it is yet, but it's one of those days. And I'm like, but that's this week. We need to know exactly when it is so we can schedule it. And he's like, yeah, we'll know soon. I'm like,
It sounds like you're going to get told, like, a day before at best that, hey, we need you to cast tomorrow. And you're like, well, I've got 3 kids and a job. No.
Yeah, that's the thing. And the other part of it is these are going to be played at 6 p.m. local time wherever these regions are.
Okay, so you need to be available at 6 p.m.
Everywhere on Earth.
Local time.
Yeah.
6 p.m. local. Oh.
So
wow.
The Korean ones, which I'm very interested in casting, 3 a.m. local time for me. You have Poland at 3 in the afternoon on a couple days in the middle of the week. Yeah, it's not great.
I mean, good luck.
Thank you. So I've been scrambling so hard to figure this thing out. I mean, I don't know. I've been casting more live stuff, and I've been trying to get noticed by things, and I just didn't realize that yesterday I would be in charge of all of the StarCraft 2 casting for WESG global qualifiers for 2018. I had no idea this was going to happen to me. So, opportunity!
For 2018, this year.
Well, no. I mean, they're happening in 2018.
Oh, okay. The qualifiers are happening. Okay.
Yes.
This year, but they're for...
Yeah, they're technically for 2019. Exactly. Correct.
Okay. That was confusing. Because I was like, guys want WSG this year's already passed.
Right. No, they're happening, the vast majority of them are happening in the month of November. Like, this is a packed schedule.
Okay.
Yep. So look for that. I will be casting with the official WESG Twitch channels. There's a couple of those that are going to be involved here. Nice. And I'll put stuff out on Twitter when I'm going live, so follow me there if you want to watch.
All right.
Whew. Very exciting week. Yep, so that's all for StarCraft. Anything else you want to talk about? For StarCraft, anyway.
Oh, for StarCraft? No.
Yeah. No. All right, cool. I have been watching Attack on Titan Season 3. I'm a little behind on that. It was released here, I want to say, 3 months ago at this point.
Okay.
It's been decidedly Titanless, the first 4 or 5 episodes that I've watched.
Okay.
It's very much about, human intrigue and assassinations and interrogations and stuff. Which is honestly a pretty huge departure from what people come to Attack on Titan for.
Right.
It's good. It is still good. I'm still watching it and enjoying it, but it's so radically different from what the first 2 seasons were. It's kind of freaking me out. Okay. Anyway, I recommend it. If you have access to it and you like this stuff, then give it a shot.
Fair enough.
Very short review.
I finished season 1 of Assassination Classroom.
Oh, good. How are your reactions to that?
It's good. Yeah. There's an odd little thing that happens right near the end where it's okay, there's a bad guy who they've got to try and kill, and they can't rely on Kuro-sensei.
Oh, yeah. That's the hero's journey, right?
Yeah,
Gandalf can't be available for the final battle.
right.
Yeah.
The whole premise is that one day they're going to have to kill Kura Sensei,
Yes, correct.
but he won't let them kill this other dude.
Oh,
He's like, no, Nagisa, put down the knife, pick up the stun baton instead. And it's like, come on.
best.
And it's like, okay, Nagisa picks up both. Interesting. Where's this gonna go? But it's like you're training them to be assassins.
Yep.
You're the target who they have to kill, or the planet is going to explode.
Yes.
But they can't kill this other dude who has done things, spoilers, to other classmates and people, right?
Yeah. Well, it's because he's training them to assassinate him, not other people.
Yes,
Yeah.
but they still need to be able to pull the trigger at some point, right? If they can't kill this random schmuck, how are they going to kill the best teacher they've ever had?
They've already pulled the trigger. They've already stabbed the knife. Just because they're not connecting doesn't mean they've been hesitant at doing it.
Okay, yeah, they have an assassination attempt on the teacher that puts him in the position where he can't help them, right? And they, like, some of them, like, froze up and stuff and were having issues. When they were like, okay, we finally have him in a position where we might actually be able to get him, and they froze.
Get Kurto Sensei?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Why is that? All right. I just feel like I've watched, I think, the first half of this season, and I remember specific instances where they are, like, in a position where they are pretty darn sure pulling this trigger will hit him, and they don't, but I didn't notice any hesitation, so I'm just not sure where that came from.
I think the underlying thing is they call him Kuro Sensei, as in unkillable in Japanese, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
so they're
over
pulling the
time.
trigger, but they're not expecting to actually hit him, like, or that he's just gonna dodge out of the way like he always has.
Okay. So if the expectation is, yeah. All right. Fair enough. I get what you're saying then. All right. Well, it's on my list. As soon as I finish Attack on Titan Season 3, I'll go ahead and go back to Assassination Classroom. Shouldn't be a problem. Quick NBA minute.
Sure.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
Boy, this NBA season is heating up. The West looks more unbeatable than ever. Klay Thompson hit 14 three-pointers last Monday to lead the Warriors 149-124 over the Chicago Bulls. Pretty much people are complaining about there's no defense, but it's going to feel like offenses are a little bit three-point happy. I'm not entirely sure if the NBA will address it, but I don't know. I like it. In other news, the WNBA, which is the female counterpart to the NBA, says that you're not paying the players enough. English is hard sometimes. And I get where they're coming from. They're honestly making peanuts compared to the NBA co-stars, but here's the reason why. The WNBA has not been financially solvent at all in its 12 years of existence. Actually, is it 20 years now? It's coming up on a long time. And if you don't make the money, it's really hard for you to demand the money of the organization that keeps you alive on a day-to-day and year-to-year basis. So I'm sorry, guys.
Stop.
I'm sorry, girls, but it's not going to happen.
Okay.
Done.
Yep. Can't
All
ask for
right.
money that's not there.
Yeah, I don't even know why this is an argument. So, okay, so that's going to be it from us. Thanks so much for joining the Falcon Paladin Hour for another week of wild and wacky adventures. Hold us to our bet as you watch BlizzCon this weekend. Be sure to hit us up on Twitter. You can find me at Falcon Paladin and Somicron at AT_Somicron.
At AT Somicron.
Just AT Somicron.
Yeah.
Righto. Hit us up there. You can also find the Patreon page for the podcast. Feel free to support the podcast there if you're interested, and the merch store is also always available. Okay, thanks for being here as always, and until next time, you take care of yourself.